In this video, I'm taking apart a lithium-ion laptop battery and exposing the cells in it. First, I'm opening up the laptop casing with a Dremel tool. You can open it by prying it open carefully with screwdrivers, but it's way easier just to cut it open with something carefully, like a Dremel tool. As you're doing this, you want to be really careful not to touch the cells inside, and a good place to start is a section that you know can't have any cells in it. Now I'm ripping the circuit board off the top of it. I won't be needing this anymore. For most applications, the circuit board inside the laptop battery will limit the cells more than it's worth it for the project. I'm trying to measure the voltage in the pack, and I keep getting 3 volts, which is odd. Later on I figured out that I'd happen to be measuring all 3 of the different places that would only show that 3 volts. And then there's only 2 connections that would actually show the full 12 volts of the pack, which are here and here. Now I'm going to load test this, which for me just means pulling out this small DC motor and touching it to the contacts in the battery, just to make sure it can actually deliver power and it's not just a ghost voltage. Basically just a battery that can post a really high voltage but can't sustain any current. Now I'm going to try charging it with my bench power supply. This is easy to do. You just have to measure first the polarity of the battery, and that can be done quite easily with a multimeter. So I'm testing both sides of the battery to see which one comes up as negative on my multimeter. The one that comes up negative is the opposite of the correct terminals. Now that I've figured out which one's positive and which one's negative, I'm going to hook up the positive red end of my power supply to the positive end of the battery and the negative end to the negative end. I'm setting the battery voltage to around 12.3 volts. Each pair of lithium cells there are in parallel, and 3 of those are in series, which means that 4.2 volts times 3 would be the max voltage that we could charge up the batteries with. That's around 12.6 volts, and 12.3 volts is just erring on the side of caution. Now I'm going to limit the current on my power supply to roughly half an amp, just because I don't know what these cells are capable of. And that's how to salvage lithium-ion batteries from a laptop. Thanks for watching.